understanding for everyone who is joining in this platform, because we are more open to the new energies, and we would love to understand what is coming into the earth energies right now, what is reaching us. Can you describe, you talked to me in a channeling that you also had the angelic kind of energy, but also some of the draconian energy. Is this associated with dragon energy? Can I see it like that?
There is all of different energies within us. Let me explain why I said that. Draconian energy is in the sun energies as well. All energies of all beings are in the sun, because the sun is of all different energies, and therefore creates and brings forth what it does because of the way things that are aligned on each planet or on each elemental world. And so therefore your essence came about through the sun as well, in the way that it is. There are many things about your essence that are clearly different than any other essence in the universe. And that is that your essence started in one place and was interbreeded with many other essences to make who you are today. Our essence was a little more pure from the very start. And so the sun let us feel and know the difference between the energies at a very early on state, because we did not formulate a corporeal body such as yours immediately. But we did have the ability to have a corporeal body like yourself, but it would not feel the same as yours. It would be of the essence of this energy that we are part of. But it can produce all kinds of appearances to those that we work with. And so we shall use them to help with our guidance and information. We do have the ability to look draconian. We do have the ability to look human. We do have the ability to look reptilian or Pleiadian or Orion, or even those other species that look more human but are not. Our way of doing things is a little different. We would like to bring you greater information so that you can understand that you can also be like us at some point. You are working toward that now, but you always get stuck in the human form because of its desires, its wants, its needs, its intense emotional want for the body, for the things of it. If you get beyond this, then you will find that your light body is much more easy to deal with and much more easy to understand. There still will be the things of your nature within the light body, but it will be much more purified. We want to see you come to this place. Over the many millions of years that your world has existed, you've been to this level at least 6 or 7 times and have always failed. But we would like to see success this time. We would like to see you overcome the burden of the physical body. That will happen if you refuse it in some ways. You must come into a spiritual realm of understanding that is not like any that you really have known before. Our light existence will give you an understanding of all things in the universe and the interlocking ways that all life forms exist in the patterns of light that exist within the suns and the universe as a whole, the energies that exist there within the anomalies of different kinds of formations of energy structures. These structures will teach you how to do all things without having to really work with them. You will be able to control the energies of all things and know how to build and seek and learn how to do all the things that this body cannot do because it is stifled by its density.
Mm.
There are many things for you to understand, and we are wanting to appear to you in the sight of this light that we are. We can appear in many shapes and forms. We can appear as many different kinds of things. But a being is not what we are in some ways. We are not like you in that way. We are beyond that physicality. We are beyond that sensibility that needs nourishment, that needs water, that needs air. We do not need any of those things. We exist within our own confines of energy that do not need to have any of those things that your beings are sustained by. We are sustained by light alone. And without light, then that is death to us. And so without the light, there is only darkness, and we cannot exist without it, the light.
Mm.
It is that is our only need for sustenance, is all the energies and different variations of the energies of light.
Okay, 𝗖𝗢, thank you so much for answering my call, and I will make space now because there are more within our group that probably want to ask you something. Much love for you.
You are welcome. We are here to teach.
When you say you cannot exist without light, do you mean light that is, do you mean actual light that is measurable, or is it more the light of knowing?
That is measurable and knowing, but let me explain what I mean. It is a tangible thing for you to understand. Light, as in the sunlight, light as in the starlight. You see, in the depths of space, there is not much light, so we must store it in order to exist throughout the universe. Unless we are close to stars, unless we are close to light sources, we have to magnify our sources from the stars into ourselves, into containers that can actually give us the light in our space that we need. So we store sunlight, or store the energies of the light that is called sunlight, in different ways than you can possibly imagine, because the sunlight is not the pure source. The pure source of our energy comes from there, but it must be filtered out into the different energies that are us.
Okay, thank you so much. Wendy has a question.
Thank you. Greetings.
Yes.
Much of what you said in your introduction resonated with me, and I am certain resonated with many who watch and listen and have ideologies and experiences with telepathy and claircognizance, that clear knowing.
Yes.
So have we been connecting with, or have you been assisting those of us that are having those strong experiences from the beginning? And how may we connect with you further, please? Thank you.
Your connections with me is through your purity and understanding of what purity is in your own realm. You must take the negativity out of all your thought processes, even if they are thought processes that are thought of as negative. War, hate, all these things must be purified within you. You must understand that they don't exist in our realm. You must understand that they are only existing in realms where the body is there, and that you must actually betray your body in some senses to find the light essence within you. Now, keeping your body is all right, but there is essence and light within you that needs to pour forth, and we will find you in those essences, in those energies, and that is how we communicate through and with you, is through these light energies that you can connect with in your purity. The soul, as you call it, is more like how we exist. We exist in that kind of situation where all creative things are there, at all creative thought processes are at our fingertips. More and more knowledge comes to us because it is endless, and we are insatiable for it. So as you are becoming more insatiable for our kinds of knowledge, for our kinds of intervention, we must come to you and teach you by entering your thought processes through the mind. We cannot use any other part of you except for the energy of pure light, and the mind is at places pure light. Your synapse, as you call it, is energy and light formation. We can enter into that kind of a scenario and teach and bring information. We enter your subconscious as a light pattern and can work in there as well, because there is much light in the subconscious, for it is connected to greater things outside of your corporeal body. The subconscious is connected to eternity, and so therefore we can use that area of your body, of your thought processes, to bring in some of the things that we can teach.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. So is a mantra similar to I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the light work? Or do I have to leave out I am not the mind? Or do you recommend that if anybody wants to use this mantra?
You can use that mantra, but you must visualize yourself as light.
Okay, thank you for that guidance. I usually have been using that mantra for astral travel meditation. So I thank you for that additional guidance.
Astral travel is light travel.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Blessings. I'll let others go.
Yes. The astral is a form of light travel that is not within your density or dimension. It is outside of dimension entirely. It is something we understand. Remember, you look at densities and dimensions in ways that we are not part of. We are in a place not of dimension and not of density, but outside of these thought processes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. There's a question from Joan. She typed about 4 questions. I'm going to try to link them together. She says, what is an energy and consciousness together? And how do they function? And how do they differentiate? Is consciousness energy, or is energy consciousness?
Consciousness is energy.
Mhm.
And energy is consciousness. So they are both correct, because energy can be consciousness. Energy is not always consciousness, but energy can be consciousness. But your consciousness is energy, because that is how it flows through the brain. Your consciousness flows. It does not just establish one thing. It is beyond quantum. It is beyond what you know about the brain. That is why you cannot figure out DNA. That is why you cannot figure out thought process in the brain as a whole, because the energy stops you. You cannot understand how the energies work within the use of the body and the brain. In order for you to do this, you will find that your true substance is to be energy in the long run, as you become greater what is the word? Evolved. As you evolve into energy, you must lose the physical.
Thank you. You just actually answered her second question, which is, if a human is evolving, what are humans evolving into?
They are evolving into us.
Okay. Is that evolving as in through birth and rebirth, or how is that evolution taking place?
No.
Okay.
You do not understand the concept.
Okay.
The concept is this. As you lose your physicality, you are gaining your understanding of your energy, and your energy will be your consciousness, and your consciousness will no longer need the body. It will happen as you progress, some may progress faster than others. There are those on your world that have progressed to this level, but it is only through great meditation and the denial of the things of your realm that they can even do this. Some of your Tibetan monks, they have something called the rainbow meditation, which changes them into light or form.
So do they cease to be on this world then in a body?
Correct.
So in our vision, do they evaporate, or does the body get left behind?
The body is, I do not know how to explain what happens to the body. It disintegrates.
Okay.
Because it is turning.
Right.
Your body is all energy, every portion of it. And so as they become light, the body must turn into light. And so they disintegrate into light. The light will come into a very small area,
Mhm.
and then shoot out into the universe.
So did you start off in a body and then evolve into light?
We know what bodies are like because we have learned about them for many, many millennia. We have been to your planet much time ago, many years, many thousands of years ago, to teach the people many things, but they still turn to violence and negativity because of the ways of their greed and understanding of the needs of the body. They could not understand the needs of their light body. And so many times your people have failed to move into a lighter sensibility.
Okay, so all right, that was my question. I just wanted to know, and I'd be interested to know how you came into being. Are you born? Are you, what happens? Do you just step out of the great beyond as a conscious being?
We are here, and when our energy gets too great within us, then we separate into another.
So you kind of through, what is it called? Mitosis?
I do not know your word for it.
It's like cellular division, basically.
Yes, we divide.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. All right. The Maven has a question, and I believe I have to ask it. Sorry, I'm choking now. It is. I'm so sorry. Where did his question go? He had a question.
Who is questioning?
There's someone called the Maven. I'm choking. Let me see.
Well,
Okay.
I can help you if you can't find it.
I've got it.
Okay.
But I am choking. Can you read it?
I sure can. What are the advantages we get to the 12th dimension through ascension work and Reiki?
Ascension work is work toward the light, yes. Reiki is energy and healing and is part of light also. You may not see the light that is generated through this particular healing energy, but it exists nevertheless, and it is part of the light source. And you are moving forward because these things are part of the existence beyond. You say Reiki is a word that is a word of healing for energy. Here, there is no need for healing because that energy is within us in a fuller and more magnificent way. We are not able to die unless the light source is taken from us. Yes, there are some times when we feel illness, as you would call it. This is when certain dark matters in the universe intercede or interact with us, and we stay away from these different kinds of matters, for they separate us from light. They can come in between our essence, because as light, we are one light each. And if we are separated between without dividing to create, then this is also death.
Okay. Thank you. There's another question. Celeste, do you want to ask your question? Celeste?
Selesh, you are one that I need to speak to.
Well, then you definitely want to ask the question.
Selesh, please speak.
I will tell you what he said and we'll give him a chance to come back.
Hi, Celeste.
There he
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you said that we the body disintegrates in such a way that we turn into light and go upwards towards heaven. Is this similar to what I believe happened to Elijah when he ascended and turned into the light?
It is similar. Not quite the same, but it's similar. His essence is now more like ours than it was then. But yes, he did become an energy.
And I think that was a term that was given, they call it the Merkaba.
The Merkaba. That is a term that is used by your people. It is actually mathematical in many ways. But yes, it has many different energies within it. And these energies are positive for us as well. They are light sources. They are light codes. They are part of who we are.
Something else I wanted to ask was, for me, for example, or anyone who's doing any inner work regarding, I use the technique of non-dualism, and Advaita Vedanta is the technique I use.
Yes.
During that time, when I'm using that technique, I presume, not presume, but I hope, am I able to call on you to aid as well?
We can aid in bringing greater light and understanding to your people and to your mind and to your body. You will feel lighter. You will feel the energy of floating. You will feel like you are not human any longer. When you feel this, then let your mind go and let your eyes be closed, because they will open up into a new place where sight is different. You won't be able to describe what you see because there are no words for this description. And so therefore you will find that you cannot see the same. You will be in a different understanding, a different light element.
I have experienced bits and pieces of what you've just said.
That is why we want to speak to you, because we know that you have experienced us, that you have experienced the things that are beyond in a way that is pure. And that is the only way to experience it. You have done well.
Yes, it is. Sometimes it is hard, especially when communicating with your loved ones and dear ones, because they think you're mad.
You are not mad, but you have experienced the light energy that is beyond description. And to describe it makes you sound mad, because there is no true description for it.
Okay, and I want to go full steam ahead with this. What else can you recommend?
We are with you. Continue to do what you are doing, and we will expand it.
I welcome that. Thank you very much indeed.
Your expansion is important. There must be many of you on this world that experiences this purity in light, in infusion, in light, where you cannot describe what you see when you open your eyes into it, because it is not a dimension. It is not a density. It is other.
I'm getting a bit grasp of what you're saying, in a sense, not intellectual, not even awareness, but more into knowing.
It's a great awareness, yes. Light is an awareness. When you are aware in the way that we are aware, then all things can be understood and all things can be changed. But you need the help of those that you are trying to change for it to actually happen. This is something that is foreign to you as an understanding, but it is time for this species to become what they should have become 10,000 years ago. You say we weren't around 10,000 years ago, but you were around for actually millions of years. You've had many chances to evolve and to rise up, but you have always been destroyed or destroyed yourself. Disease destroyed you one time. A great plague destroyed you, but we tried to save you, and we did save a few, but it was a very bad time on your planet, and all was lost in the thought of enlightenment. But some survived what you called the plague, or a different plague before that one, many thousands of years ago. There are many things that your people could not get away from, and they still struggle with these things. They want stimulation in the body. They want stimulation in the mind. They want stimulation throughout all things. But the greatest stimulation is the light, and the light is all things to us. But you may not see us that way or see it that way now, because the bodies are pleasurable and good and beautiful to each other, one to another. But as you become who we are, you will find a greater satisfaction in existence. We are teachers, and we are going to teach you all in time who we are and how we are. But we are right now beyond your understanding, but we do not want to stay that way.
Okay, just finally, so how do I invoke your help? By
Go to the places where you found us first. Find those enlightened spots, and we will expand them.
Okay, definitely, I shall do that. Thank you.
That is the only way I can tell you, because my definitions you would not understand. But your understanding of what you have done will take you to a place where we can enhance it.
Okay, I look forward to it. Thank you very much indeed.
You are welcome.
Thank you. There's a question from the YouTube chat that goes along with another question that I'm going to do now from Suzanne. Suzanne, did you want to ask the question? You want me to ask it? The question.
Yes, I can, I guess.
Okay, and just as an add-on to her question, in the YouTube chat, they want to know, are you immortal? But go ahead, Suzanne, ask your question.
That's a great question. Thank you for coming. Do you have an individual unique essence?
Yeah.
Can you combine with other unique individuals?
Yes.
And I feel I know your group. Why?
Because you are part of it in some way. You are seeking it.
Okay. Thank you. I'm curious about that.
We are not immortal, necessarily. If we lose the light, we die. If we are interfered with darkness, we can die. So, but if we stay true to and in the light, we live.
If you die, what happens when you say die? What does that mean?
the energy moves away and or into someone else or into something else. We know and have seen the energy when someone has passed. It goes into the universe, but it does not become nothing. It still exists. It must find its way back to the energy that it once was. And that can be a voyage for it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. There's a question from Angie. Go ahead, Angie.
Thank you very much. We have had on our planet a lot of different events happening on the 8th of several months. Can you share your understanding of what that actually means or why it's significant to the 8th?
To the 8.
Yes, to the
8
8th.
is eternity. 8 is the symbol of eternity, correct. But 8 is also destruction. This is something that is happening to your world to show you that the physical body is not as great as what we are going to share with you. All that is physical will destroy itself in some way. Even though God has created the physical, he will retract it eventually. At least we think so.
Thank you for that.
The physical beings and physicalness of all things comes to destruction. Light does not get destroyed unless it is put out.
Thank you. When I'm doing my meditation and I'm bringing in the source energy light, is this the same light that you're talking about?
It is. We are part of all light. So yes, it must be at least a portion of what is us.
Thank you very much. That's all I have. Blessings.
Thank you. That was all the questions that I had for you. And I do appreciate your coming and enlightening us with your light. So
There are many that want to come. I will leave now.
okay, thank you. Please come back.
Yeah. Yeah. One moment, please.
Sure.
Someone called me and I decided that I should come.
I don't remember who it was exactly that called you. It was one of our male people. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm sure it was something about Queen Elizabeth's death or something about that. They wanted to know political things and about the rainbows and all kinds of things. So yeah.
Actually, Kat requested you and he's not here, but we do have questions about that. There was a question
I'm here.
answered. Oh, you are there.
Ah.
Oh, where did you go? I was looking at the thing. Never mind. Kat, go ahead.
Yeah, very well. Greetings, Kat.
Hey, how's it going, my friend?
Good. Greetings.
Greetings to you. Thank you for coming. And
Yeah.
are you able to? I have a question that I cannot say it live. Can you read the thoughts?
Read your thoughts right now?
Yeah.
I can't read your thoughts. There's too many people here, but What is it about? I'll try to hone in. Yeah.
I'll just picture something.
Right. And what do you want me to do with this thought?
I want to know if you are able to help with.
Yes, I can help with all kinds of things like that. How do you want me to help? There's more than one way.
I just need to know if you can, because eventually I will like to get in contact with you.
Yes, I can help. You have to understand that that's really not a problem, if as much as you think it is. So it is something that I can deal with. Yes.
Good.
Good.
Anyway. Yeah, about this queen thing.
Yeah. I knew you were going to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah.
One moment, please. He needs a drink.
You drink for the queen?
Yeah, that's one for her.
She seemed very, I don't know, like human and social, but
yes, she was.
But what's the thing? Actually, what was happening?
What do you mean? What was happening?
She was what was part of like real cabal.
Well, she was not really working with them as this is a difficult situation. Yes, they wanted her to work with them. She did to some extent, but only when she agreed with them. They couldn't control her. I mean, 100%. They came to her and wanted her help. She gave a little bit, but then she was like, no, I have other things that I need to do. I'm not going to be doing that. So she was not really part of the cabal as far as a major portion. She did work with them a little bit, but she didn't really like their way. She didn't like to be told what to do. She didn't like to be bossed around. And so after a while, she just sort of said, all right. She listened to them, but then she just did what she wanted to do. So yes, and she did have reptilian background from early on, and it came through the lineage, but not pure. It's not pure. It's not pure reptilian. So there's very human. She's very human as well.
So she was actually positive and thoughtful of people.
I wouldn't say she was positive. I wouldn't say she was extremely positive, because she really wasn't. She had a lot of negativity about her, but she tried to be positive to her people. She tried to be positive with her rule. But as an individual, no, she was not very positive.
Well, it's good enough if she wanted to be,
Yeah, she tried hard.
Yeah.
And she succeeded in many, many ways.
That's even more better.
Yes,
I like that.
But she failed other places, like she failed New Zealand, and she failed a little bit in Canada. She failed a little bit on some of her areas and some of her subjects, but she ruled England. She did her best for England, which was right there, and some of the other small areas that were being abused and things of that nature. She was all for getting them out of their abuse and things of that nature. So she had her positive side, yes.
I'm glad to hear that. I have just another question. Do my guides, they have how are they doing? How
your guides?
they change? Yeah, did they change in time or?
Yes, you did have a change of guides because you had a change of understanding about yourself.
Mhm. So this is usually how how it's working.
Yes, guides are there. Let me tell you how guides work. All right. If you are a child or whatever, you have a guide as a child too, but they do not really, they try to keep you out of trouble as much as possible, but you don't really listen to them as a child, but some do really listen to them. So when they're really aware of who they are, but others are just unaware, so they don't really listen. So the thing is, they change out around adolescence for the first time, so that because you come into a whole new thought process, you're going through your body's changing, your thought processes are changing, these things are changing, and so you get a new understanding with these new guides. And so once again, some listen, some don't. And as you go through your life, as you get to be an older adult, or like maybe in your 30s or 40s, you could change again if you have a large life change, or if you change spiritual thinking and things of that nature sometimes. But sometimes they don't change because they know that you are heading that direction, and they'll change. It's a complicated thing to talk about because sometimes the guides know what's going to happen because they sense it's coming. They don't know really, but they stay there because they feel like you're moving in the right direction. So with you had a few changes, of some severe changes. You would think that they're severe in your life. They may not think they're that severe, but to you they were more. So they changed out to help you go through that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because the experience at the end of the whole thing, I experienced more healing, and I was thinking, well, I think the guys, they must come according to your necessities at the moment.
Correct.
Yeah. I super appreciate. I took a lot.
You're welcome.
I took a lot of time. Thank you very much for coming. Love you very much.
Good.
Looking forward.
I love you too. Yeah.
Looking
I love
forward
humans. My people now know that I love humans, so I have to admit it.
Okay.
Well, if you want to incarnate once, I will get myself a wife, and let me know you're coming, and I'll take care of you.
All right.
A wife to take care of you.
Well, yeah, you will be my baby. You will be my baby.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
I see. Well, I don't know. That would be a real interesting situation. Can you imagine me being born in the human world with this voice? Yeah, 2 years old, I'd be going, "Hey, how you doing?" Might not work.
It doesn't matter. You'll be my baby, and you said you wanted to come as a human once.
Yes. Well, I'm integrating with a human right now in the military, so that's that's very interesting. Believe me, I don't stay there. I can't stay in a human body. I love humans, but I can't stay in the human body unless I'm really needed. So I go in there and I go, what are you thinking? All right. I have to change. I have to clear up the mind so that they can think properly sometimes. So I go in there and I'm going, no, you're not. No, that's not. No.
But yes, but you do a walk-in, but when you do incarnation,
and he knows, he has gave me permission, and he'll call me when he needs me, and I'll walk in there and go, what are you thinking? No. We have to change that. So probably people think he's schizophrenic.
That was going to be my question, actually, about.
What?
That was actually a question I was just actually thinking about how many people that have dissociative personality disorder, especially those that have experienced extreme abuse, that move
Yeah.
into a different personality, are actually dealing with walk-ins coming in to protect them.
Yeah, it's a crazy business. I really don't like the walk-in thing. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Okay, Benny has a question for you, though. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Benny.
Hey, hello. Hi, Grenzel.
Grindel, hello. Yes, hello, Benny. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's so great to finally meet you and to able to be talking to you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're always very wise, joyful, and very funny, I think.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Funny, yeah, funny looking, definitely.
Well, I just had just a few reptilian questions, if I may.
Good.
Yeah.
Right up my bucket.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Just two questions about the Queen. Did she indeed had alien or reptilian DNA?
She did have reptilian DNA, yes.
Okay. And
but it wasn't. She also had human DNA. It was the only way they could make an empire on Earth. Yeah.
And did you know how much of a percentage, or?
At this point, her reptilian DNA was like maybe 20%, which is a lot. And you could see that in her personal life. She was very controlled. She was very negative in some ways with people. She was like not tolerant at all. She was very intolerant as far as some people were concerned. If she did not like you, look out.
Okay.
Because she would not tolerate it. She just was, yeah, you were off the list.
Yeah, so she could be very mean.
Very, yes, she could be. But she could also be very nice too.
Okay.
But the thing is, if certain people did not do what she thought they should be doing, she really was quite stern with them.
All right. And regarding all the rumors, was she indeed able to shapeshift?
Not completely. There have been tales that her eyes changed, and sometimes her features changed, but she did not turn completely reptilian. I think it was just the eyes.
I have seen the eyes, they were completely black on some photographs.
Yes, her eyes changed, and that's where you could tell that she was not fully human.
All right. Well, I have a question about two other people. I don't know if you know the singer, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was a story in the media that some years ago he shapeshifted on camera. Is he indeed partly reptilian, or is this shapeshifting just not true?
He's alien. I know that there are some singers and songwriters and artistic people are alien. The reason for that is that they want to bring their ways to humans, and music is one of the most alluring ways for people to change. They listen to music and they can change by listening to it. When it changes the way you feel, it changes your attitude, blah, blah, blah. And so he came to change thought processes.
All right, but he was born as a human, not as an...
Yes, and was very confused. He was not accepted into humanity the way you might think. He had a very, very unhappy life so far.
And does he have reptilian DNA?
He does.
Okay.
But about shape-shifting on camera, that would be all over the world, I would think. But I don't know about that, really. But I do know he's not human.
All right. Actually, I have the same question about Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, now Meta.
Mark Zuckerberg is not even close to being human. You can even tell by all his actions, everything he does, he's not even close to being a human. So yes, he is an alien, but he is not a reptilian. He is more of the, I would say, higher Pleiadian caste of beings. He's out there, but he doesn't act human. When he's around his friends, they know that he's not human. They just know.
All right. So he's not looking for the best interests of humans in general.
He did, yeah, because he came as he wanted to change humanity, make it better, interlock people, but found out that really failed big time, and so he sort of lost his dream.
Okay, so he has to answer to higher powers.
Well, like the being before was saying, a lot of beings have come to teach and do those kinds of things and failed miserably. And this is just another situation where an alien has failed.
Okay. Thank you so much. I just have one quick personal question.
Yes.
I am trying to reach alien friends through meditation
Yes.
almost daily now, but I have not yet succeeded so far. So is there any advice you can give me, or is there any
Yes.
message for my guides?
I want you to think about a bright light within yourself. Think of yourself as the light. This is the way that they're coming now. They're coming to teach humans how to be more light. And they're trying to teach my people also, but my people are also failing. But the thing is, understanding what they're trying to say is really difficult for me. But I know that the light is the true essence, the true energy, but to become it is not, I don't know if I want to become it or not. That's the whole thing. They think it's great, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
You know, I sort of like the body, you know what I mean? I like the way the body moves. I like the way it works. I like the sensations of the body. It doesn't seem like they have enough of that for me. But they seem to be very, very happy about who they are. So maybe I'm wrong, but I want to stay with my body.
All right. So is there any message from my guides to help me on my way?
Yes, they want you to talk to, if you know who you want to call, start talking to them. Talk to them and until they start talking back.
All right. Yeah.
They want to talk to you. They don't know if you can hear them or not. Maybe you don't yet, but I think you should start talking to them.
Okay, it's great advice. It was very nice to talk to you. So I hope it's
very good.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thank you. There was actually some people in the YouTube chat. Someone was saying that they didn't want to lose their body either. They really liked their body.
Yeah, I like physicality. I'm sure many of you like your physicality as well. So becoming a beam of light does not appeal to me right now. But the thing is, it is the future of most species, I would believe, because it just makes sense in some ways, but I still am I have to be ready for it, and I'm not. So I'm not ready for it. Let me have my body. I'll keep it.
Well, there's certain things that are just fun, like getting in a car and driving really fast and having the sensation of, there's just a lot of things we do.
But I think
nice.
Those beings seem like they could probably move really fast. So
No, but you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah, I know what you mean though. I like the body too.
all right, perfect. Darren, is this a question you think you could ask Grendel? Because Grendel would have good information on this as well.
Yeah.
Darren,
Yeah.
let's see if is that a question you'd be willing to ask Grendel? All right. Braden, did you want to ask the question?
Yeah.
What are some ways that we can improve reptilian-human relations?
Well, first of all, your governments have got to accept us as a good species, not just a threat to your species. They see us as a threat. And I keep telling the military, not all reptilians are a threat. Sure, the Zeta reptilians, the Zaza, they're bad, but they're the friendly reptilians. There's us, the Zespoids. There's the 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, which are all very positive reptilian groups, and there's others as well. So they have to start trusting us a little more. So we have been making inroads. However, I have let myself be known to some that would understand it fully, but I do not let myself be known to those that are warmongers or things of that nature, because they would want to start a war with me right there. So we just need to better communication. That is the whole thing. To have a relationship, you need two things: trust and communication. That's it. If you have trust and communication, you will have a relationship. But at this point, we don't have their trust. We do have communication, but we still don't have their trust.
Maybe try having a Thanksgiving dinner for them.
Oh, I can imagine that. You probably wouldn't like what they would serve. The 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, a lot of reptilians eat bugs, large bugs, not little bugs. You can make a steak out of these. You can cut them in half and there's like a steak. So there would be bug steaks instead of a turkey. So I think you probably wouldn't like that meal. But the thing is, yes, you need a time where they can communicate in a friendly kind of way to understand each other, communicate one-on-one, communicate as two different communities would communicate. Two different, like you would communicate with your church or something like that. Somebody you would go in and communicate with the people there. But there does need to be greater trust and communication. But it's starting, but it's taking way too long. It's taking way too long. That's my thought.
Does that answer your question, Braden?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
I have enjoyed that question because I think it's an important one, because reptilians are not all bad. Some people, you say the word reptilian and they're like, no, that's not the way it should be. I'm not a bad reptilian. I may not look good, but I'm not bad.
And so when we talk about the queen is in terms of reptilian, how would you say she has to be perceived? Because that has been really weaponized against her.
Yeah, she did a lot of good things too. Remember that. She wasn't just all bad. sure, there was that. It was not a good reptilian race that started that empire. That is true. It was a negative one, but it, through the process of being put into human DNA and all that stuff, it became less violent, less terrible. They were really bad at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, just like any expansive empire, you know,
Yeah.
they want to rule everything.
I'm sorry she was demonized for that, but she was rather a cold fish as far as kindness was concerned. You don't see much, didn't see much kindness from her. I mean, when she was with the people, she was like, oh, yes. But when you're dealing with her, pretty harsh, except for a few people. She was very kind to the prime minister. She knew she had to deal with him. So the prime minister is the one person she always tries to get along with.
Okay. There's a question. Darren, are you back yet? I don't want to miss your question. We'll go to Radha. Radha, go ahead.
Hi, Grindel. Wonderful to speak with you.
Greetings.
I was wondering, how does one know if they still have some unresolved karma? Is there a way to tell?
Sometimes you don't know that unless you do a past life regression or whatever. Is there anything going on in your life that it seems like it can't be resolved in any normal way?
How do you define normal?
Like you can't resolve it because there's something there that keeps it unresolved.
Yes, I mean, there is something that hasn't been resolved. That's correct.
Yes, that is a past life discrepancy that needs to be cleared up, and then that can be resolved.
So how do you identify a karmic pattern?
A karmic pattern?
Mhm.
They're different in everyone. A karmic pattern can be that there is a trait in your personality that is something you don't like about yourself, but yet it continues to show up in your personality, and you don't like it. That's a karmic pattern. Another karmic pattern is if you are with certain people, all the people that you befriend are very similar, and you don't like some of their traits, but yet that's the people you choose. And so there's a karmic pattern as well, because you are those people that you choose are part of your karmic pattern. Do you understand that?
I see. So they're there to resolve a karmic situation.
Correct.
But I don't necessarily choose them to be in my circle.
Correct.
I see. And is it true that as humanity moves towards the ascension, that karma will no longer be in operation?
In some effect, yes, it will become less of a big deal. Karma, and it'll be more like your aura is telling the story more than your karma. A karma comes from something negative, or it can come from something very, very positive. It would be something very strong. You know what I'm saying? Lie, a really bad lie, a really horrible situation where you purposely hurt someone. These are the kinds of things that cause karma. Now, some people accidentally hurt other people. That causes some karma because the other person is hurt. And so you have to accept some of that karma. But you didn't do it on purpose. So it's not a really bad, horrible karma for you. But if you can take care of it, that would be good. Now, in the future generations probably will not deal with the karma the same way. There will still be some, karma, but it will be less, because you're going to be dealing with people in a different way. Telepathy will cause you to deal with people in a much different way than you do now. So it will be a much lighter karma, unless you are a really evil person.
Interesting. Thank you so much for your opinion on that.
Yes, I think that that's just an opinion. You're correct. So I know that karma does exist now in a big way, and it affects the earth, and it affects the atmosphere even, because the karma in the earth is gray. So that's not a good karma. So we need to lighten that up.
So how are soulmates utilized in resolving karma?
Soulmates, if they're truly a soulmate, they will be able to know who you are. You will be able to know who they are, and you will be able to work together and relate together to clear up some of these things. However, they're not things, let me say it this way. If you don't fight about your karma as a soulmates, then you resolve your karma. Does that make sense?
So in this lifetime, let's say if you've had warring lifetimes in the past.
Yes.
And in this lifetime, your soulmates, does that resolve the karma?
No.
Can resolve it. Now, if you find your soulmate, you're truly involved, you're truly together, you know that you're their soulmate, but there's something that is causing friction and things of that nature, then that's karma that needs resolved.
I see. So if there's still friction in the relationship, there's still karma to be resolved.
Correct. Because if you're soulmate, then you should be really, really happy together, and there should be any big disagreements or thought processes that are so far distant from one another. So you need to resolve whatever that is. And the only way to do that is through trust and communication.
Back to trust and communication.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So let's go ahead, has a question that's relevant to what we were talking about.
Hi, hello, Grindel. Long time no speak.
Greetings.
Greetings. Okay, I believe that to some extent, don't we all have reptilian DNA?
It's a blend in all DNA, but not, well, I can't say all DNA, but it is a blend in the DNA that comes through many different races, but not all.
Okay, so not all humans have traces of reptilian DNA. Is
correct.
That thing? Okay, that makes sense. No, it's just that it just seems to be too overblown. Like you said, the reptilians have had a really bad rap.
Yes.
And it just doesn't sit. Well, it doesn't sit right with me anyway. So
no, it doesn't. It shouldn't, because reptilians were actually a positive force, a positive influence on humans in the past, even though they failed in their project to help the earth as well. So it is what it is. But other species also failed. Even the very enlightened ones, like you heard today, those ones that are all light, they even failed in the past when they came to help humans, because humans aren't ready for it, or weren't.
And quick personal question about the Hucolo you have up there. Have I visited any of the schools?
Of course you have. Yes.
Which one?
I think you visited almost every one except 3. Number 3 you didn't visit, no. But you visited all the others.
Oh, okay. I must have gained something or another.
Yes. You enjoyed being there, actually. it's one of the things that you dream about when you dream about other people, being with other people, or being with people that you don't know, or dreaming about aliens. Then that's where you're in class.
Ah, great. Thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. So which is the one I have not been in? Did you say number 3?
Number 3 you haven't been to because it's a sort of exclusive. It's about filmmaking and all that. And
oh, I'm not interested. You're right.
and not many people go there.
No, I'm not interested. You are 100% correct. Okay, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grindel. Let me just see if there's another question from Braden. Excuse me, from Darren. It didn't get, but I'm going to ask it for.
All right. All right.
Because I'm hoping to get him. He wanted the question from Mother Mary, but I will.
Oh, Mother Mary, that I'm not.
I figured that this would be the opposite side, but still a good person.
Yeah, I am not at all like Mother Mary. I'm sorry, but
okay, he says, I am hoping to get a bit more understanding and information about astral travel and to what I assume is a spaceship having some kind of surgical procedures done on me. Oh, what were the beings that I was interacting with? Were they benevolent? Thank you.
They were benevolent. They were actually trying to help you. You actually are one of the people that they have a great interest in and have done several things with because you're open for it. They didn't hurt you at all, and you did astral travel to there, but they've already abducted you many times as a young person in your youth. There are missing pieces of time where you've been abducted, or you went to sleep and didn't wake up for long periods of time, and they took you during those times.
Okay, thank you. All right. Let's see. That was all the questions that I have for you. Let me just check the YouTube chat really quick. The question, this is a question, maybe you can address this again for Queen Elizabeth. I think it's again about clarifying her reptilian status, and she was born on this planet and had a human life, even though she
correct. She is human, 80%.
So the question is, and this was floating around on social media, was her soul uncreated?
No, she has a soul.
Yeah. So
to be where she was, she had to have a soul. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. And then there's another question that says, you mentioned gray karma. What is gray karma? Gray karma
is the mixture of white and black, which means good karma and bad karma are mixed together to make gray. And there is many wonderful pure karmas out there, and quite a few also very black karmas out there. So the karma of the earth is more of a light gray. There's a little more purity in it than darkness, but it's still a light gray, which needs to, we need to work with that.
Okay, thank you for that. That was all the questions I have for you.
Very well, and I think it's time to go, right?
Yeah, we only have about 10 minutes, so we can end a few minutes early if you
Of course.
Okay.
I love you all, and hope to see you soon. Did you know they made a movie about me?
No.
𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧 from Israel has made a movie about my time in the military when I was on Earth in the 60s. So, but it's taken from that story, but he made a film, and I sort of love it because it's about me.
Oh, beautiful. 𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧. What is the name of the movie?
You know, Shear's brother.
Yes.
It's called Across the Ethers.
Perfect. And can we find it on YouTube or?
I don't know. You might have to contact 𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧.
Okay. We can.
But it is really interesting, and he's entered it into some film festivals. So hopefully he'll make some headway with it. It's a very different, it's very, I think it's very original. So it's good.
That's really exciting. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Just wanted to announce that, give him a little push.
Perfect.
Plus it's about me, of course.
Well, that makes it even better. All right. Thank you, Grendel. So much love to you. And it's always lovely to see you. And hopefully you won't have to sit in any human bodies anytime soon for not any.
Oh, I'll bear with it. It's all right. I have to do what I got to do.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Got to get out of here.
All right. Much love to you.
Easy. All right. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for an interesting session.
Okay. You're welcome.
We had the Kalindi here. We had Elijah. We also had Grendel. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That's a group.
It is a group, not, we'd
That's
never
very,
put those two together, but
different. Yeah.
they are.
Okay.
All right. So we'll, Angie, you want to do some nice announcements there and
Yes, thank you very much. We have our next class that is scheduled. It is the channeling class, and this class is for people who want to learn channeling, or they already have some channeling skills but want to enhance their skills. It is scheduled for Saturday, October 15th, 2022, 1:30 to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Jim is teaching the class. And the cost is $150. If you are interested or have any questions and want to register, classes@hucolo.org. I will get all the information out to you on how to register that class.
I wanted to add, if all the information doesn't get done in the 4 hours, then we will extend the class for an extra hour. We are already looking into that.
you already know it's too much information, probably.
I think that it probably will extend a little longer.
Right.
Okay.
But we're trying to, we'll see how many people sign up, because if there's a lot, then we have to expand it, because you need personal, everybody's going to get a little personal guidance and something that will help them personally. So
Yeah.
Yes.
It is pouring down rain outside. I mean, pouring. Wow. Big storm.
Sunshine.
Wow.
and it's sunny here and 83.
Nice. I hope the rain goes away, but it is pouring down rain. So, all right. Much love to everyone. We will see you next week. I will be in India, and next week we're going to do a sort of open, we'll do a sort of open session with taking people's questions. And
Okay. Could we close with a prayer?
yes, we can. We'll start with Yana, and if there's anyone else who wants to do a prayer, please let me know. Angie, anyone else?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll just do Yana and Angie. Go ahead, Yana.
Hi all, this is the Arcturians again. Stika hante nak aite ostoa cantate no teosta hasto e ante uak hante teosta anto atatane erte teo koa plastene kenaka ai iete anto oa taine orto no eka antaiete uitu asta nakatate teo gusto ui keosto mate to duarte neka. Thank you and blessings.
Let joy, love, and happiness fill you. Let it be your way of life. Let the negativity fall away. What is there in worry? that it will help you. There is nothing. So let it pass. What is there in arguing that will help you? There is nothing. So do not do it. What is there in having your own way opposed to someone else's? It is just your selfish being trying to control things. Let it pass. The control should be in the heart. The control should be in the love. The control should be in God. Let all these things be known.
Thank you.
New ways and old ways clash together, but now we must take a look at all things in the way that they were presented. We must look at the past and the alien influence. We must look at the present and that alien influence as well, so that we may work toward a greater beingness. All right.
Yes, thank you. And just one last thing. Today is an International Suicide Prevention Day. No one needs to be alone. So there's always help. So please reach out if you're ever feeling depressed. There's no stigma. Don't think that suicide is ever the way. Reach out to any one of us. Reach out to your friends, your neighbors, but don't be afraid. There's always hope. There's always
strange.
hope.
The strange thing is the people that commit suicides are the ones that you don't expect them to.
Exactly.
They're going through something and you don't even know it sometimes. So bring your joy and understanding and help to them in any way you can, because some people are depressed and you don't know it. They hide it. And your help is important.
Yeah. So much love to everyone, and we will see you